among the bottom of the ocean. You're even like walking on the ocean floor in like a diver suit and stuff, and it's really cool, really atmospheric, really fun game to watch, and I feel like I would really enjoy playing through it. So that's what I'm super excited to play this month.
No, that definitely sounds like a great game, and I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that part of making a great game, a horror game, is taking away the power for those of the player, and that basically is what draws that line between it's an action game and it's a horror game.
And that's why I didn't like Resident Evil 4 that much.
Yeah.
Specifically because it's an action game and not a horror game.
Yep.
But
well, I believe that the Resident Evil 4 is still a horror game.
Yeah.
It's just not as horror game as it was before. But Resident Evil 5 was the one that really was the one that just said,
that's just a straight up action bullshit game.
Yeah, this is a straight up action game.
No,
There's
I agree.
nothing scary about it. So, but it definitely, Sama looks great. It's definitely something I might consider checking out.
Yeah, I watched a couple of people play through it. I already know the whole storyline because I couldn't wait to buy it, so I just watched some people on Twitch play through it that I appreciate. But I still want to play through it myself because I feel like I would really enjoy the experience, and I feel like I missed a lot of what was happening by just watching.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to horror games, you really don't want to see much because that's the whole point, right? For it to catch you off guard and not to expect what they want to give you.
So, yeah, check out Soma if you have time. It's great. And that is that question. We have one more question here to cover. Yep. So let me turn off Soma here. The second question is another chat question. So, is there a video game series or type of game that everyone else you know has loved, but for whatever reason, neither of us could get into?
Yeah.
So
I got two of them.
I have one, and I'm sure I'm gonna get hate for it, but Mario Kart.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I can play Mario Kart, and I can play with friends and play Mario Kart, but holy shit, does Mario Kart annoy me? It's just not fun at all for me to play. Which is weird because I like Diddy Kong Racing, but I feel like Diddy Kong Racing is much more of a technical game.
Okay.
Compared to Mario Kart, but Mario Kart just feels, I don't know. It's either like way too easy or way too much bullshit, and there's no middle ground. So
well, that sounds like classic Mario Kart. I have to agree.
So it's just not a game for me, but I understand why people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I love Mario Kart itself. I mean, it's a game that it's a lot of fun to play. But I can see where you're getting at in the fact that there's a lot of randomness to it.
Yeah.
So that might be a little turn up for some people. So
how about you?
Strikes, by the way, Derek. Resident Evil 4 and Mario Kart. What the fuck, man?
It's not my fault you like bad games. What the hell, man?
So I got two. Like I mentioned, I got two series that I just can't get into. Number one is, and people would say to be a cop-out, but and it's not, because most of those people actually do play the game and they're just haters because of the hate, and that's Call of Duty.
Okay.
Everybody claims to hate it, yet everybody plays it. I'm actually hate it and don't play it. So I'm a legit guy right here.
I've played the crap out of it and also still hate it and will never play it again. So
I played, I think it was Modern Warfare 2 because of all the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other one was Black Ops 2.
Okay.
I believe was the other one that I played, because it was, I think it's one when I recently bought the Wii U and it had no games. I was like, I need to play something, and Black Ops was one of the only few alternatives. I'm like, let's play this. What the fuck? I just need something to play on. Man, I just don't see it. And I've tried the online. I try to play, and I've always sucked first-person shooters. I suck, but I still give them a chance, and I still understand why they're fun. I mean, on the other hand, I played Battlefield, and that one I've actually enjoyed. It's not like I'm hooked on it and I play it, of course, and I'm not any good at it at all.
Yeah,
but I do find it fun. But Call of Duty, I just don't find why it's fun at all. I don't see what people see in it. So, but it's a game that sells millions and millions every year. So, to each his own. Now, the other one series that I love, I've loved two games out of it. So I can't say that I hate the series overall, but it's something that the reason why I play it is not because of the story. I'm not hooked on it. It's nothing like that, and that's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I agree with you on Assassin's Creed. I think it's a really awful game series, and I have no idea why people keep buying it.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, there's two
Yeah.
of them that I have to give it to them. Number 2, Assassin's Creed 2, was
Black
actually a
Flag,
very good
probably,
game.
right?
And Black Flag,
Yeah.
because of the whole pirate ship thing.
It's a completely
That-
different game. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Black Flag, God, Black Flag was one of the great games that I played from, I think, 2 years ago, and definitely I recommend it. The whole pirate and ship thing was amazing, but it's a game that they keep making them, and I have just no idea what people see in it. It's just I can't get hooked.
So there's this music CD that comes out like every 6 months called Now That's What I Call Music.
Oh, okay.
So they've been doing that since, you know, the late 90s. Like, Now That's What I Call Music 49, and it has like whatever pop songs were popular for the
Yeah.
last 3 months. I feel like that's what Assassin's Creed is. Every like 4 or 5 months they say, now that's what I call Assassin's Creed 63. Here's the new one. Woo! Assassin's Creed. We got a new one, guys. We'll work on Now That's What I Call Assassin's Creed 50, 68 or whatever it was afterwards. Yeah. Point being, they come out so damn often, I don't know how they're ever good.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's why is this
Yeah.
shit every year? I don't think it merits it to be every year. Stop making this fucking game. Go back to the drawing board and come up with something more original and better.
Yeah, I agree.
don't get it.
Also, if you don't like Call of Duty, I would also suggest staying away from Battlefield. Battlefield has gone the way of Call of Duty now, and it's
Really?
essentially
The
the,
last one I played
it's
was
essentially
3, and
the
I liked
same
that one.
game. So yeah, the new Battlefield is essentially the same as Call of Duty. They just changed it to be more like Call of Duty rather than being their own thing.
It just lost its charm.
Yes, but if you like Battlefield, what I would suggest playing, and I don't even know if the online servers work anymore for it, and that's the shitty thing about online games, which I guess we can get into at some other point.
Yeah.
But Bad Company and Bad Company 2, both those
Yes.
Battlefield games were fantastic.
Yeah, I remember those.
They were
Never played
so
them, but
much
I remember
fun.
those.
Yeah, those were the epitome of like FPSs for me that I actually enjoyed, like competitive FPS games.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty much garbage ever since because they've just been trying to make it more like Call of Duty instead of being their own thing. Because that's what sells.
Yeah. Well, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Battlefield 3 was pretty good. And
I didn't like
it's
Battlefield
very-
3 that much.
It's very different from Call of Duty in the fact that it's not a run and shoot type of game like Call of Duty is. You basically are dead in 1 or 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
And you really do have to work as a team. The maps are huge, so you need vehicles and you need to move around, and you have to use all your actually intelligence and stealth and shit so people don't see you and kill you. So it does have a lot of strategy. And before Call of Duty did this, they also divided your sets, like you're a medic or are you an engineer, and if you choose these, you do different shit, and that was pretty fucking fun.
And that
But
goes back to
haven't
a lot of the
played
Battlefields. Like, I used to play it. Did you ever play the earlier Battlefields? Like,
I
1942?
think so.
1942 was fantastic.
Yeah, they should really go back to World War II.
They released a 1942 HD on Xbox, I think.
They did?
As like a arcade title you could download, and it was like 1942 with updated graphics for all the maps, essentially, on a new engine, which was good. And Battlefield 2 I liked a lot, although you can't play Battlefield 2 now. Well, okay, you can play Battlefield 2 now. The servers are still active, and there's still people playing. But the
Yeah.
people that are currently playing Battlefield 2 have been playing Battlefield 2 since it came out, because they're addicts.
Yeah.
So in order to get into Battlefield 2, you have to play against people that are way too good at the game. So
And
the
that's the
bar is
problem, right?
way too high to play it nowadays.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't suggest playing Battlefield 2. But if you played it back in the day,
It was fun.
it's still something you can play if you wanted to.
Cool.
So I think that's all we're going through for the chat questions, viewer questions, variety hour. So we'll move on to our final segment and then go into our closing.
Oh, yeah.
So we have the game of the week. Which do I have? Wait, I might have a thing. 1 second. Stall for time.
Yes! This time, stalling.
So here, I'll play a little bit of music, and you'll tell me if you can tell what game we're talking about, because
Of course.
we're gonna be talking about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Since
Yeah.
we had a discussion about it earlier with 5, we decided we wanted to go back and talk about.
The actually good ones.
The good ones, 1 and 2.
Yep.
Specifically, although there were some other good ones. I heard Underground was good.
Yeah.
As well. But here, let me stop that Superman song, which will immediately first of all, content we'll get grabbed for content on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But secondly, it will immediately bring back memories of joy to everybody involved. So
Definitely Pros Creator was one of those great games of the 90s.
So I played the crap out of this game when it was out with my buddy. We just sat in front of our PlayStation with our TV and just played the shit out of this game.
It was just pure fantastic.
Yeah.
And one of those games that it was just so different from anything else at the moment. Nothing compared. And it was done at that perfect time where skating was beginning to be a thing.
Yes.
And everybody was getting into that, so everybody was riding their skateboards outside and going home and playing skateboards inside. And it was just a really great game. And it had a lot of personality, and it had a lot of music, which
dude, the ska.
at that time was
so much ska.
as well.
No, the soundtrack for Tony Hawk 1 and Tony Hawk 2, I'm sure is just embedded into people's brains at this point in time, because it's so good.
Yeah.
And I used to play certain levels, and I used to switch to specific songs on the album. The other thing that people don't know is that the Tony Hawk game, and the way the PlayStation worked, is you could actually start the game, pop out the disc, and put a CD in, and you could listen to your own music while playing Tony Hawk, if you wanted to. So, because all it does is it reads the disc, and then it reads the tracks for that disc, and will play each track individually. So you could listen to the Tony Hawk soundtrack, which was fantastic, but then you could also go out and listen to whatever the hell you wanted to listen to while skating around, which was cool. So we lost Miguel again, but he'll be back. The thing about it is, I was not a skater kid. I did not enjoy skating. I had no interest in actually skateboarding. But this game sold me so well on the idea, because it was so much fun. The point total grabbing, the arcade style gameplay, the searching for hidden objects and stuff was a lot of fun. And I'm sure Miguel will back me up here whenever he decides to have internet. But yeah, Tony Hawk, great game.
Great game, definitely. I'm back.
Welcome
Sorry
back.
about that.
So yeah, I was just talking about that you can actually swap the disc on Tony Hawk with a CD, and you can play your own CD music with Tony Hawk if you want, rather than listening to the soundtrack, which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd want to, because the soundtrack's so good, but
The soundtrack was fantastic.
But I was also saying, like, I was not a skater kid. I had literally no interest, period, in skating. And this game was such an easy sell for me, because it was just so much fun.
Yes, it was. And I remember my afternoons
Yeah.
just trying to hit that 1,000,000 point
Yeah.
score.
Well-
Because I really wanted to do it. And I remember the day where
Yeah.
I finally did it, and my neighbor kid was there with me when we were playing, and it happened, and we would just jump and scream, and we're partying because I reached the 1,000,000 score. It was just fantastic.
And there's even, I remember replaying levels constantly to try and get, like, there's a level later on where you have to find 5 valves to break.
Yeah.
And it's a downhill jam, I think is what it's called. But you'd have to keep replaying the level and try to find where these drain valves are
Yep.
to break them. You like keep going through the level until you find it.
And they included videos
Yes.
of pro skaters that you could just you can get them and then watch the videos and just be amazed at these pro skaters just doing their tricks. It was just pure awesome.
One thing I actually have played this again recently, and one thing I noticed is that every single level is 2 minutes. And as a kid, it felt a lot longer than 2 minutes. Because
Definitely.
holy shit, that's not a lot of time to explore a level. And I must have
Yeah.
played these levels hundreds of times at 2 minutes apiece.
Yeah. I didn't remember the 2-minute thing either.
Yeah.
It does seem
Also,
like it was a lot more than that. Yeah.
I think Tony Hawk must have like massive brain damage after I played.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no other possible.
Yeah, no,
Um,
definitely.
You did play the second one too, right?
I
So,
did,
So the second one had a skate course creator.
Yes.
So you can make your own courses. You could play horse on them in other games like there's like a graffiti one where you
Yeah.
take different things you like skate on and they turn your color.
Yeah.
You have to try and get the most spots on the map. You could also do that